Hello, Monsters of here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 and part 20, I think. Probably 20. Oops. 20 of my Kroll Campaign, where Rakarth has declared war on us and is sending a couple of stacks towards Thyrus. Oh, Amber Spear, best spell in the game. Fuck! Oh no! Oh, ooh, nasty. Oh, that was pretty brutal. Actually, that was absolutely savage. What a shot! Fuck me. I mean, you love to see it though. What's that? 18 kills? 18 kills with one Amber Spear. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So our initial force, led by Demon Seeker, being backed up by Thyrus, leading his quite speedy force, actually. Lots of cavalry here. This means we are running down these shades. Sister Slaughter moving in to try and assist. These ladies do have a lot of melee defense, but we are everywhere. Trying to pick off those dragons with Spirit Leech. Buffed up. It is dealing damage to him. Oh, those Sisters of Slaughter getting knocked all over the place as the Bog Beast Raiders arrive. The garrison has also turned up. This battle was apparently going to be a Pyrrhic victory, but I don't see it personally. To be honest, I think this is going to be a fairly brutal slaughter. A Depth Guard moving in to finish off the Shades, who are now being attacked from all directions. The enemy reinforcements are around, but again, they're not even a full stack of troops. It's rather pitiful, to be honest. They do have some, bears. They've got a bunch of war hydras and shit, but there's not much there. I mean, I don't really have much in the way of anti-large, but I don't really need it. Say, all anti-large does, unless. So, an anti-large unit might have more, focused attacks. Because I know a large unit's fighting other large units will sometimes use, rather than an AoE attack, it will use a specific, large unit attack that deals all the damage to the large unit. But, I mean, like an infantry unit with anti-large, it just gets more melee attack and weapon strength against large units. That's all that happens, really. So we've overrun the initial force, and now the reinforcements are arriving. But we've now got, two armies, basically. 2 armies v not even 1. I think this is probably going to go one way. I do have bears, though. I really want to play Kislev sometime. Maybe Boris, because he starts in the Chaos Waste, and then I can just go and kick the shit out of Archaon, which sounds quite attractive, to be honest, as a proposition. God, I fucking hate that guy. Why is it all the big Chaos bads? Mind you, there is that new Mechie demon boy, isn't there? But the ever-chosen boys, so you've got Archaon in Warhammer, and you've got Abaddon in Warhammer 40,000, right? Both of those guys are fucking useless. They're both, they're supposed to be, the machinations. It's like, no, they're just fucking dickheads. And they can't plan their way out of a fucking paper bag. I mean, okay, Archaon managed to destroy the world after a retcon. And realistically, all he managed to do was destroy the Empire. Good fucking job, mate. The Skaven did everything else. It's literally, all you did was destroy the Empire. And you took fucking ages doing that. You useless prick. And then Abaddon, he's managed to destroy Cadia. Yeah, after he had a temper tantrum and crashed a space station into a planet. And it just happened to work. He's like the fucking Elon Musk of Warhammer 40,000. He got lucky. Blind sheer luck and shit tons of fucking power behind him. No actual strategy. And a space station, obviously. I guess by design they have to be like, oh, they're a big threat, but nothing ever happens, because that would then, you know, require them to write more story, wouldn't it? And they didn't for so long. The story was so stagnant, and it's only recently started to actually move, isn't it? I mean, you've got Rowboat Girly Man and, you know, Lionel Johnson. He's now back. Is that how? Is there another one as well? I can't remember. So they're back. So that's fun, I guess. I mean, we've had the demon, you know, the traitor legion Primarchs for ages. They just never did anything with them. I guess they didn't have any foil against each other, did they? So now you've got Primarchs on both sides. You can forget about the Xeno factions and just release Space Marines forever, which is probably the Games Workshop endgame. Anyway, all these guys are dead. Well, I think we showed them who's boss. There's no real point taking the replenishment, so I'll take the cash. Okay, that's not great. It's probably an army, in which case... Yeah. I always forget the Skaven can ambush and attack. I always forget that. I am not gonna put... I'm miles away from you, mate. Also, you're fighting my potential friend, Kairos. Okay. No. Well, disappointing to lose that army, but I'm not super worried about it. Let's make sure we're not going to lose anyone. We are not. Perfect. And then back home. Alright, well, we've seen off that little attack from Rakarth. I suspect they may send more. I don't know what to do about this guy. He is recruiting. I need to chase him down. Stop. Put a stop to that. No more of that shit. Thank you very much. Skullmantle. It's not actually. Now, alright, there's some really weird... Oh, Oxel is the capital, isn't it? Okay, that's fine. Thyrus is there to deal with that. There's some really weird magic items. It's one of those things where I really think they need to do a numbers pass, because there's some like really good magic, like things like stat reduction auras are really good. Anything that boosts your troops, really good. But equally, there's some weird ones. I mean, some of the blues. I mean, this, okay, that's quite nice. But there is a blue armor. I can't remember what it's called. Is it Black Iron Plate or something? Which just gives you like 10% spell resistance. You're like, what? Why? I think the reason I like this mod is because you tend to get a lot more interesting items, which you can then sort of, you know, actually do something with. Like, you know, having the hunger, that's really good. That is a nice item to have. In fact, I'm going to give Indie off Bluey that, because that is, that's a pretty, I mean, we've got some good, but we could potentially like merge this. Sword of Leonessi. I mean, this is okay. The thing is, right, if this was on like a talisman or something, you'd be like, okay, that's great. Like the extra melee attack's nice, but it's only 24 seconds for every 120. So you've got 100 seconds there where you don't have those bonuses. And to be honest, having the Obsidian Blade, the Obsidian Blade is one of the best weapons in the game, because that 100 flat armor piercing damage is usually significantly more than any other weapon will give you. Plus it's pure armor piercing. I mean, this isn't too bad. The spell resistance reduction is quite nice. Like if we were to give that to you or something. Give that to Skek. We do have the mechanical claw. It's a nice item. It's a nice little item. That just gives poison attacks. Kind of trash. Try and fuse that. Reaver bow. We can fuse the Reaver and Eagle bow because Fimir. The Staff of Change. Kind of fine. I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really feeling it. Okay, we can't actually use that, so that's completely useless. Rudder Storms is fine. Yeah, I think Skull Mantle. I mean, Skull Mantle, minus 10%. No, sorry, minus 10 leadership is actually quite strong. Because if you stack that, you can really like you can cause an enemy unit to rout before it should do, which can be quite useful. We could potentially like fuse this stuff. Yeah, I think we're right. We could fuse these. The red axe. Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, well, it's fine. Pelt of the Shadow Gave is fine. Axe of Corn is quite nice because it's got that intensity. I am kind of tempted just to see if we could get something better though. Key to Stand to Srads. Yes. No, that's garbage. That's garbage because it's only income from local region. If that was faction wide, it would be fucking amazing. Local region means you need to equip someone who's just going to. I mean, we could potentially like find a major port and then just stand them there. I don't know if we've got anywhere with a major port actually. We must do. There we go. We can sit him in Skeggy because that's making 920. Again, is it worth the upkeep to stand someone in? And I'm thinking probably not. It probably won't actually give you as much money as just not hiring the guy to do it, especially because it increases as you recruit armies. Obviously not as much as it used to, but it still does. So I'm kind of like, yeah, let's just leave it. It's fine. So that's, you know, I genuinely just think they just need a little pass on the magic items because there's some there that just aren't very good. They just aren't very good. Now, Kroll, you were just going for it, weren't you, my dear? Yeah, we'll just take it. Just take it. Have a little chat to Malekith. Yeah, how much do you like me? Oh, you really like me. Yes, you really like me, don't you?
Fine.
I'll take that. Thank you. Okay. Okay. I feel like the Dark Elves have probably got this shit locked down now. It feels like there was a sudden shift, doesn't it? It's like one minute they didn't have a foothold, and the next, suddenly the High Elves are just disintegrated. It's weird, because I swear that Marathi didn't have that many armies, and then suddenly it was like, pow! Armies everywhere. Very weird. Thyrus, what are we doing with you? I am going to get... What do you have? Mostly Cav. Almost predominantly Cav. Got Pride of the Cast as well, so we could maybe go with... Yeah, alright, let's do that and stand on die. Because that'll give the Fin Mist more killing power. Increase my killing power, eh? Indy, I'm going to give you Eyes of the Gods. Just so you can go and wail on Skaven. And I'm going to give you something like that because I don't really care. Genuinely not that bothered. The Entity Twin Text, yes, we'll upgrade you, and then we can increase our income here as well. Should be very nice. We are increasing income there, increasing income there. We can increase income here. we are increasing income here. That's fine. That's being changed. About this one, that is upgrading. That's already done. That's good. Already on the ball. That one's already done. I guess because we lost some settlements here thanks to incessant attacks from various quarters. Most vexatious. Hello. You want a peace treaty? You are fighting Be'lakor, and Be'lakor's friends with Malekith, and I want to stay in with Malekith, so you're out. Sorry, buds. You know what? I'm going to keep it. Warney is going to keep the Sword of Cain for the moment, anyway. We may change our mind on that one. Oh, have you wiped out? You've wiped out the Skaven. All right. Well, guess I didn't need to help then. And you guys, you've managed to recruit some Night Runners. Well, good job. You'll probably run away, won't you? And then the problem is, if you run away, you may be able to ambush me. You know what I'm kind of tempted to do? Is get some... The problem is we won't be able to recruit 2 lots of them, will we? What do we have here? Nothing useful. The Awakened? Nah, I like the Demonettes because they're fast. Very fast. I could get some Doomfire Warlocks, but I just don't really... Maybe some Cold One Dread Knights. I mean, are they... I feel like Cold One Dread Knights are just not as good as our Demon Boys, to be honest. They don't have armor piercing. They have less weapon strength and melee attack and melee defense. They do have more armor. So that's something. But that's about it. I mean, I could get some Necrofex Colossus, just for shits and giggles. If I get rid of you, and then I say, give me 2 Necrofex... Can I not... I can't get 2 Necrofex Colossus, can I? If I get one from you... Can I get one from you? Please? Please, sir? Oh, god damn it. Well, what's the point in that? Alright, fine. I'm gonna get a Demonette as well, but I'm not happy about it. Also, Itchy Mark went through all the trouble of landing on your stupid island, and you'd already done the dirty work for me and sorted out your problem that you've been failing to sort out for, let's be honest here, quite a while. So now, you know, you've wasted his time, you've wasted my time, you've wasted your own time. Well, you've not wasted your own time. You've certainly wasted my time. There's a thingy. Let's go and grab the thingy. I don't know what the thingy is. I should really give Warney like a better army. Probably deserves it. Sure. We'll do that and then splatter these guys all over the joint. Some cash. I mean, look, you know, money is always nice, but I do have 641,000, so I'm probably okay for the moment. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh well, never mind. Right, I'm gonna leave Ulthuan in the capable hands of the Dark Elves, assuming that this shit will get locked down. Alright? Don't make me come back here. Don't make me do it. Right, we need to make... Right, so what all we need is the Mosquito Swamps now, which is... So, if we take this, effectively, we win. Now, what I can't decide is... I'm tempted to, like, continue on to Cathay. However, I do realise that Chaos Dwarves are probably just around the corner. And we do have Ghosts to sort of get through as well. So I'm thinking I might just win the long campaign. Because, of course, the problem is that the game will break horribly as soon. Oh my god, that is a lot of Dark Elves. That is a lot of Dark Elves. That's not good. Let me guess, we're under siege, yeah? Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of boys. That's a lot of boys. Okay, we're gonna land over here. I don't know what's the garrison like here. We do have defenses. They may go for the attack, and if they do, I mean, this army is mostly cavalry.
Rank idiocy.
This army is a mishmash, but not horrendous.
What is this foolishness?
That's got a shit ton of Reaper Bolt Throwers, but realistically, if they attack me with all of those armies, those things are not, they're just not gonna be in play. Okay, so we have to deal with that. Now, you are laying siege over here. That is just an easy win for me. I think Thyrus might die. I wasn't expecting the Dark Elves to just, like, appear out of fucking nowhere. Like, where the fuck did they come from?
An insult.
They must have literally just been outside the fog of war and then moved up. Because they definitely weren't there last turn. That's kind of bullshit. Alright, well, we'll go and hoover up some bits and pieces. Actually, I mean, for one, the save thing doesn't seem to work. Like, we gather slaves, but we never seem to lose them. Oh, we got a brass horn. Are the Dark Elves winning? I just have this sneaky suspicion that they... I'm going to turn my back for 30 seconds, and when I turn back, they'll have lost Ulthuan and be down to, what, one settlement. Something like that. Shit, that's a lot of boys. That's a lot of boys. I mean, the problem is Thyrus' army is mostly cavalry as well. This could be problematic. I mean, he's not the first Thyrus. Has he reached level? He's not level 20 yet, is he? So he's not immortal. He's just a squishy normal boy. Oh no, he is. So he's immortal, right? You got immortality? Yeah, you're fine. Absolute worst case, you just end up with, you know, internal bleeding, punctured lung, that kind of thing. You'd be fine. I mean, you know, not fine, but technically speaking, you'll be okay. So I take it if we just build these, because we don't seem to actually use slaves, it's just it's just more money, isn't it? I mean, it's only 150. It's not huge. It's not like, you know, the most amazing thing in the world. Honestly, guys, if you guys weren't so bad at taking Ulthuan, Kroll and Warney would be down in Lustria right now, literally serving up Rakarth his own arse on a platter. Well, you're going for it. And so are we. A tough battle, but a winnable one. Starting off by taking out this attack on our flank. They do have a couple of towers there, and of course we can't actually attack anyone in the towers. They don't push the towers, they literally are inside the towers, so the towers will just... The towers are basically invulnerable. We can push them about, but that's about it. However, all this infantry here is going to be dead meats. Then once we've mopped this up, our flank is secure and we can concentrate on the attacks coming from the north. So we've got Rakarth attacking with a small contingent. Got a Feral Manticore here, Dragon. No, it's a Feral Wyvern there. He's getting chewed up by the Moorhounds all around him. Units being attacked from the rear have less melee defense and armor. So obviously a unit like this being surrounded by doggos who attack particularly quite fast actually is quite dangerous for them. So he's getting chewed up quite nastily. Some harpies coming in, trying to take out the shells there, but we'll send some reinforcements up to a system. No problem. Rakarth is keeping his distance, which is probably a good idea for him. We're going to try and take out some of these missile units, but I don't really care what happens to those Furies. Any reinforcements will be arriving from this flank, which means we have to defend this side of the city. However, the Reaper Bolt Thrower is really concentrating on this section of wall, and they're going to make a breach here. They've also broken down the... Have they broken down the gate? No, they haven't. They're just going to try and make a breach here, which is going to draw some of these units off and towards this section. So we have Thyrus here, as well as Smurfette. Smurfette, though, being on the wolf is quite quick. This part of the city is like blocked off in two, so it's actually really hard for these sections of the city to reinforce each other. But Smurfette should be able to get over here if we need her. Here comes the second wave. This is a lot of cavalry. And it's a lot of boys. They do outnumber us, but not by much. Meanwhile, cavalry's taking out the Storm Vermin and something else that decided to attack this section of the city. That was the towers there. So the towers of docks. We just need to mop this up and also wait for the Plague Monks as well. The Saber-Tusk pack will rally and start trying to take one of our objectives, but we can deal with that. It's not an issue. We do have a Feral Wyvern flying around. He managed to get away with not much health. So there's that breach in the wall there. That does mean units are moving over to attack this section of the city, but the vast majority of the enemy infantry is attacking this section. We do have the towers helping out a little bit, but there's not very many towers on this part of the city. Black Ark Corsairs moving towards the walls. These guys actually have a lot of weapon strength and bonus verse infantry. No shields though. That's gonna be unfortunate. So we rain down javelins on their heads onto the Cold One Dread Knights as well, doing that. Lots of lovely extra bonus first large. They're going to try and hack their way through the gates, but this section of the city is defended by our big boys. We've also got a bunch of doggos. We've got the Blood Rat Medusa there as well, stupid sexy snake lady. So just waiting for the second wave to hit the walls. Our cavalry just needs to mop up these guys, these Plague Monks. Once the Plague Monks are dead, we can then move all of our cavalry around behind the enemy army. And assuming we're still holding the gates, we can then smash our cavalry into the enemy trying to get through the gates and the breaches in the walls and basically kill them, run them down. So far, so good. Killing Rakarth is going to be a big win. So as soon as he gets anywhere near us, we're going to Spirit Leech the shit out of him. Javelins continuing to rain down on those Cold One Dread Knights. We do have some shades clambering up the walls there. So the gate is down and the enemy units are starting to swarm into the city, but we have defenses. We have defenders. We can hold them back. However, we now have some chariots moving in. Here comes that second wave. They're using that breach However, if they want to use the breach, they're going to have to like cluster, and if they cluster, we can hit them with some nasty magic. Rakarth flying into the city. I'm not entirely sure where he's going. Meanwhile, the plague monks have been dispatched, so we can now start moving our cavalry outside of the city and around. The sooner we get them over there, the better. But we have to hit them when the time is right. You can see we're sending Smurfette around to the other side of the settlement because there's a lot more infantry there. So some tentacles would probably be welcome. You can see a lot of units starting to mass on this side. So dropping a nasty spell, an AoE spell, something like that on their heads would be pretty effective. You know, something like a purple sun maybe. Which of course almost immediately wanders off. I mean, it did alright. It was fine. It did some damage. How many kills did he get? 56. I mean, that was, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Smurfette still on her way. She's got, what's it, 102 speed. So, pretty swift. For the moment, holding the gate is going fairly well. A few units fleeing further into the city. We have to be careful of that. We don't want them, like, sneaking through and grabbing objectives behind our back. But we're still holding on at the moment to make sure we shatter them, basically. Here comes the cavalry coming round the outside of the city. Meanwhile, Rakarth has thrown himself into the battle. So this is where we can potentially start hitting him with Spirit Leech and taking his health down. He does have that nasty bonus first large, though. He's actually quite killy. 31 bonus large. Yeah, he can do a lot of damage to large monsters, including, you know, our Bog Octopus. Some tentacles over here, right where hordes of infantry are trying to get through the gate, causing absolute merry hell. That's a lot of damage. How many kills? 217, 278, 300. 300 kills from that one spell. Jesus Christ. That was mostly Blackguard as well. That was mostly Blackguards. That's almost 3,000 damage dealt as gold. Meanwhile, our cavalry hanging out on the flank over there, just waiting for the right time to strike. The Bog Beast a little bit slower movement speed, so taking a little while. However, we have noticed that there's a horde of Reaper Bolt Throwers appearing on the battlefield, and it looks like there's more on the way as well. So I'm thinking, let's kill those first. Kill those first. To be honest, the siege is actually going very, very well for us. Rakarth does need to die. And we are hitting him with Spirit Leech whenever we can. He is surrounded here. This is obviously not very good for him. Spirit Leech hitting and sapping away that health. That's exactly what we need. The cavalry spotted the artillery threats. Of course, shooting through the trees. Not really working out very well for them. So we quickly move into position and take that artillery out. That's, what, 5, 6 units of artillery? That's 6 units of artillery just getting absolutely shredded. Meanwhile, the Bog Beasts have arrived, crashing into the attackers outside the wall, relieving the defenders inside the walls, trying to hold on to the gates, which they have managed to do. Currently, they're mopping up the survivors who tried to get through. The enemy general's still there, taking a little bit of fire. However, the enemy artillery is dead, completely destroyed. We're now moving back in. Rakarth is fleeing the battlefield, or at least trying to, with only 622 health left. All it's going to take is another Spirit Leech to finish him off. This side of the city doing a little bit worse than the other side, but then we didn't have the cavalry assistance here. Just going to take out some of these shades because they've been doing a lot of damage. And here comes the cavalry. Rakarth goes down the distance there, crashing to the ground due to Spirit Leech. And then our swift cavalry swooping in as the enemy army breaks and desperately tries to flee. Well, we only lost 1 unit of doggos, which is actually pretty amazing. Oh, you want a peace treaty, do you? I'm almost tempted to take that. Only because, yeah, you're laying siege, aren't you? That's what I was worried about. Still, it's only a couple of ratties. We saw off 3 stacks of Dark Elves. Hello. You are... How do you have no military contacts? Diplomatic contacts. I genuinely don't... The way the AI meets each other just seems insane. Okay. Interesting. We're under siege again. Army's not looking great. Still, I mean, their army's not brilliant. It says close victory. We'll lose it. I'm just going to take that. Ooh, Rod of Torment. Okay. We lost an Octomopus, but... 10 of that, so we can recruit them. That'll be fine. And that's 4 turns though. Okay, let's do something like that. You'll be out for 4 turns, but can we not land there? Really? We land there? Okay. Cool. Not quite sure why I couldn't. God, how many armies do you have, Rakarth? Jesus, mate. I've curb stomped, what, 4 of them? I feel like you just need to give up now. You know, hold your hands up. All right, I gave it my all. It was a good run, but at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I was a piece of shit. I wonder if he would peace out, actually.
Your next meal has arrived.
No, apparently not. Apparently not. Never mind. We have friends on their way. And it's going to take them a little while to get down there. I was going to get Warney a better army, but that's don't have the time. Got places to be, people to see. Alright, it does look like the High Elves are being pushed back. Or they are advancing along the inner ring here, which is not ideal.
Who seeks me?
This is quite a nasty army. I reckon they can take her. I reckon they can take her. I reckon this is fine. Like, the Dark Elves have... I mean, okay, they've got a lot of armies. So many fucking armies just marching their way towards Orthwon, which is absolutely fine. That's great. That's what I want to see. That's what we like. To be honest, I mean, Thyrus and Mark are doing great work down here, aren't they? What a bunch of boys. Absolute fucking legends. How many of the old... So we need 20 temples. We've got 11 temples. If we get a few more. I kind of want to see what God of the Depths does. And it probably just gives us, you know, more weapon strength. But still. It's nice if you like gave you some more abilities or something. You know, summoning bog octopuses in combat. Because, you know, you were big old God of the Depths and shit. I genuinely don't mind if in a campaign they give you like powers which are I mean, the Sword of Cain is ludicrously strong, right? But it doesn't... I don't think giving abilities like summon a bog octopus during a battle would necessarily be overpowered. But it's something that you can potentially, you know, use for strategic advantage at some point. And it just feels like, you know, if you are God of the Depths, like summoning swamp demons or something, that would be cool, right? Bringing in swamp demons wherever you like. I mean, it's not like it's an ability that other factions don't have already. The demon factions can summon in demons. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Well, they were almost dead, were they? Right, we got Stalk for... Yeah, no, Stalk is right. Stalk for blood octopuses. We can get Masters of the Fen. So, Boglars, Moorhounds, Swamp Demons, Horsey Boys, Bog Beast, Raiders, and Bog Octopuses get missile resistance, recruitment cost reduction, and melee attack increase, which is quite fun. I think we should definitely go for that one. Okay, we're gonna camp up. We're gonna meander in this direction. We're still busy for 3 turns, but having cleared, I mean, Thyrus has basically single-handedly killed, I think, the vast majority of enemy armies in the region. Like, all by himself. He's just... Anyone that's tried to attack him, he's just beaten off with a stick. And then run down and slaughtered. And he's just been doing that for... Oh. Sure, I'll grab that. He's just been doing that for the last few turns. It's just been... He captured the Skaven capital and he has just slaughtered Dark Elves and Skaven wherever he finds them. He is a bit of a boss. So we'll continue with that, but that's going to have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next episode.